There's a lot of ways you can describe outsider art. Some people call it naive art or self-taught art. There's a lot of different labels you could put on art that's created by people who don't typically have formal training. We're really interested in that connection, that kind of placeness that you can see in some examples of the self-taught or outsider artists, where because they haven't gone into an academy and been taught how to see things or how to paint or how to render an image, there's a really specific way that they create something that's often really unique. And I think it really communicates at a really deep level their personal history, their personal story, their personal feelings about where they're from. So as an Institute of Appalachian Culture here, we're very interested in that side of creativity.
It was rough. When I was a kid, it was rough. It was, we didn't have a whole lot, and I had two brothers that they loved me. They was older brothers. They loved me, but they had their own thing going on. And it was good until my mom got sick, and they was the age where they was running and going, teenage boys are, and left by yourself a lot. And I was scared a lot. And I sometimes I wonder if this mask is part of my defense mechanism, because when you look like that, you're the scarier. You're not the scary, you know what I mean? So maybe that has something to do with, I feel different when I have that mask on. I've been taking photographs for 10, 15 years probably. But what made me start of the mask is I don't really know. Just kept coming to me to take these pictures, and I don't know why. Maybe I do know why, but maybe I'm afraid to say why, or maybe, I don't know why. It was just another part. I started being really fascinated with masks probably the last 10 years, but only one mask, the mask that I have now. This mask come to me, and that's another weird thing about it. I didn't go out looking and buy it in the store or something. I had one, something like it years ago, and it got gone. And so to have another one just like it come back 15 years later at a place I never knew it would be at is kind of odd to me. And I've never put it down since. It's like it's part of me. But I blocked a lot of stuff out when I was a kid, and I think there's a lot of maybe some anger, and some darkness that goes on with me in the past, and maybe this is the way that draws it out without me acting out in some other way. I feel more powerful with that mask. Not saying that I am, but if something can change your mind and make you feel positive about something, I think that's a big plus, don't you?
It goes a lot deeper than just a man in a mask wanting to take cool pictures. It's almost like it's a way for him to escape. It's like almost like he uses that as a way to protect himself. Obviously, he's went through so much darkness and all that it's built around him. And that man in the mask, like it's almost like a guardian over him, and he's found a way to show his guardian. And I just think that's the most fascinating thing I've ever heard.
I get it. I get the urge just when I don't know, maybe it's like somebody smoking one urge for a cigarette or something. It's just when it hits, I could be doing anything. I could be watching TV. I could be working hard, and it just hits me that I'll see something or sometimes I don't see anything. Sometimes it just pops in my head and says, you need to start taking pictures. And I can't do anything else until I take pictures. I believe in God. I believe in God. And I can go as far as saying I love the Lord, and He's been good to me. That's where I stand. So that's why this is kind of different for me, because I was even in the ministry for a while. So that's what makes this thing a whole strange, is you go from behind the pulpit to behind the mask and taking these pictures like this. And so I don't know if this is a struggle or battle between the two. I don't really know. I mean, I kind of think it is. I've been collecting crosses since I was in elementary school. I've got them. I've got them on my floors. I've got them on jackets. I've got blankets, and everybody that wants to get me anything at all, it's a cross. The mask will never override that, but it's a big part now because it's you've got that mask in the house too, but you also I've got reminders of what Christianity is all about. You know, I'm not saying that I feel like I'm trying to capture the loneliness, but it is loneliness. You know, I think it just maybe this thing is whatever this is, this image, this mask is bringing things out that I've buried since I was a kid. Maybe it's bringing it out, and this is the way I could express it because it used to be violent things or bad things when I would do that. Now it's deeper. It's like anything else. You think better, and as you age, you try to get a hold on things, without being too crazy about it. Transformation of the smoke and stuff like that, there's no, that I didn't ever see that coming. There's stuff in these pictures now that, I mean, you can dissect it all you want. There's nothing edited, there's nothing put on there. I mean, I don't know how to do that anyway if I wanted to. Some of them are just surrealistic, and then maybe some other people have the same thing. I don't know, but I mean, I just know what I'm seeing. And I'm sure the same faces or same images are not with everybody. I'm sure they're different, So I'm trying to figure out what that's about. Is it a portal or is it something that's always around you? I don't know. Just revealing itself a little bit. I don't know. Smoke like that it's free and you can't control it and you can't capture it. It just kind of floats on its own. It goes where it wants to go. And I think it's peaceful. It's cool, to watch it like that. I know when I've shot something good when I scroll down them. It takes me a second. It's just 1 second. If it get that little twinge in your stomach, I keep it. If it don't give me a twinge in my stomach, it's gone. That's what I go by, just like that.
I was sitting in the living room one day and he just walked in there and was like, "Hey, look at these pictures I took." And he showed them to me and I was just like, "Wow, those are pretty cool. They're crazy." And I'd never dreamed, he turned it into what he did. It's pretty crazy. I think he probably couldn't believe that his pictures made it to a gallery. I couldn't believe it either. It blew me away when he told me. I was like, "No way." I was like, "You're lying to me." Crazy things that, you think you wouldn't be there, like in Playing with Fire, that hand's reaching out at him. There's not a mirror, there's nothing, there's not another person. It's just like we have no idea where that came from. He just wants to share his work, and like he says all the time, he's very modest about it. He doesn't expect anything from it. Sometimes he worries like how people are going to view it, but he does want it out there and want people to see it and see what he sees, see his other side. This is my favorite place on earth. It's peaceful, it's pretty. I mean, his flower bed right here that's dedicated to his mom and his aunt. Like, I mean, he'll be out here working in them, and I love being here. I really do. It's so pretty and peaceful. It's a safe place.
Glade Spring in Southwest Virginia, we just recently got a stoplight, so we're doing pretty good. Back when I was growing up, everybody knew everybody, and everybody was, hanging out and this and other. But now the world has grown apart, and people don't talk like they used to. The house that the pictures, that the mask is taken in, it was built in 1800s. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's a lair for the mask or what. That's where we go, When it's time to go, that's where we go for the most of them, Chase that ghost that's always haunting me. I found my soul and set it free again. Chase that ghost that's always haunting me. I found my soul and set it free again. From the ghost within.
one of the things that has traditionally been the case is that artists do not make as much money as they should. They are undervalued by their communities. I think this happens everywhere, but in Appalachia, it's a particular problem because somehow traditional art, especially, is not seen as valuable. What we're trying to do is make sure that all creatives, whether they're visual artists or filmmakers or photographers or uh, writers, anybody who makes a living through creativity, we're hoping to help them learn to explain and believe in the value of what they do so that they can make more money. A lot of people run from pain, they run from being wrong, they run from failure. And I understand that instinct, and I do it plenty myself. But I think what I really liked about Mike's pieces was that he has this artistic integrity where he just like puts himself out there, which is ironic to say about a guy in a mask, but he's showing us that he has one.
The idea of the masked figure, it's something that he doesn't want you to know who he is. And I'm not sure that at times he knows who he is, but it seems like it's a way to delve into the darker sides of yourself. And this one, especially, this one speaks to me a lot, the Guardian. For me, it can be the parts of you that you don't like, guarding the parts that you do.
I find this show very intriguing. It's like every picture seems to have a story. And by looking at it, you can kind of figure out what that story might possibly be. But then there's a part that's like, what's really going on here? What's the background? And every image brings that kind of question to mind. Plus, the use of the light and shadow is just incredible, especially when you think about there's no special effects. These are all native photos taken with the iPhone. And the smoke and the light is just amazing.
I feel like we're doing our job if what we're doing is bringing things in here that encourage people to look at the world or themselves or even both in a different way. And I think Mike's art does that. And I think it's really, really honest. It's not contrived, and it's not based on some kind of trend or what the current critics think of this or that. It's what Mike thinks as a critic, basically, of himself. And wow, I wish I could be that honest.
I don't think that I would ever see a time in my life without the Masked Man. I think I'm old enough now to where this is pulling something out of me, whether it doesn't make me want to be violent, it doesn't make me want to go ahead and create a crime. It's just it's speaking something to me, or it's speaking something to other people looking at this. Whether it's the good spirit or the bad, it's speaking to people. It wouldn't come as far as it has, but I can't see a time without it now. It's too far. It's made too much of an impact now.